Hello, my name's Mars Moran. This is me telling about my experience with being immunocompromised during this global situation that has been the pandemic. Basically, it's hell. Essentially, it's hell. I want to make this video as sort of a way to trying to get into people's heads of like how it affects other people. Because a lot of people are calling it hoax, saying like, oh, it doesn't affect anyone, or I want to live my life. And I want to explain how I feel that's honestly a bit unfair from the point of view of someone who is immunocompromised and also wants to live their own life. I've been putting off going to college due to the reason of the pandemic. It's like this pandemic has put a realization that, because before I used to think, oh, my health isn't going to be that bad. Like I used to believe that like it wouldn't be that bad if I were just to go outside. But now with this pandemic going on, it's put like a realization that like I could very easily die if I'm not careful. And that thought's a bit terrifying to me. And I don't want that thought to be put in my head and to live with fear every day. I want to actually go out and live my life. I want to be like a normal, person, a normal adult. Well, a young adult. Oh. I'm turning 19 in February. This video was recorded in January, I believe. Hold on. This video was recorded Wednesday, January 6th. And this quarantine has not been easy on me. I will be honest. I haven't been able to see my nephew or my sister, my brother, in over a year. I haven't been able to see any of them. One of my nephews already took his first steps, so he's already talking, and it hurts. My older nephew was supposed to start school this year, but due to everything going on, he's not able to. I want it to be where, like, when I can actually leave, I don't have to worry about someone spitting on me because they believe it's all a hoax. It is genuinely not a hoax. If you look at the numbers of deaths in the country, you will see that real people are being affected by this. Like, there are people who I love dearly that I wish to see, like my aunt, who, if I remember, is in her 60s, and I am not allowed to see her, because if I do, it could be a dangerous threat to her health. And I'm tired of staying inside all day. I will be frank. Like, yes, I understand, like, the frustration of being stuck inside all day, every day, like, 24/7. It sucks. But you also have to look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is essentially people are dying. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, because I know I'm not gonna get, like, monetization on this video, because I'm not big and famous. But I want to at least try and get my message out here. I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis 4 years ago. Well, 5, I believe, now. I was diagnosed, and it's essentially an autoimmune disorder. My immune system was overreactive and attacked a little bit of my neurological cells, and we don't know what really caused it, but I have an autoimmune disease, and that autoimmune disease can put me at a lot of risk. I am not the only one who's at risk in my family. As I mentioned, my aunt, but there's also my mother. I love my mother dearly. I love her. She's one of my biggest supports, and she takes me to and from with my appointments. But I also worry that she might be one of the unlucky to get the virus. Because she's still working through this pandemic because she has to. She doesn't get a choice. When we tried to get a stimulus check from the first round, they didn't really want to give it to her. And so she's kept working every single day throughout this pandemic, only stopping for holidays. I think the only 2 free days she really had was Thanksgiving and Christmas. Other than that, she's been working her head off. The reason I'm most afraid of her catching the virus is because when I was very, very, very little, I want to put myself around maybe 5 or 6, she was in a coma with the H1N1 virus, and she had pneumonia. Every time I close my eyes, I can still see her with all those tubes. I don't want it to be where every day I have to worry that, what if they're next? I don't want to worry that maybe my parents are the next one to die. But that's become a new reality. It's gotten to the point where, my mom is afraid to hug me because of the virus. And she doesn't want to contaminate. And that's the saddest thing. So this message is for all the influencers, all the deniers of this pandemic. Take it from someone whose life has been completely changed, whose life path was thrown off course just because you didn't want to help anyone. You were too focused on your selfish needs. I want you to look at me and look in my tired, tired eyes. Every day is the same for me. I wake up, I'm in a box, then I sleep through most of the day, and I'm very much alone. It feels like slight insanity because I have no one here. I can't go out and talk to anyone. I used to boast and say, "Oh, I prefer being inside anyway." Now I wish I could go outside and see somebody. I want to see my brother, and I want to see my sister. I want to go outside without worrying about the fact that I might be the next one to get it. But you showed you don't care for humanity. You only care about getting... Let me just touch on the influence first. Tana Momju, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Jake Paul, James Charles. You are honestly all pathetic in my eyes. Genuinely. This is not because I'm the typical, I'm not like other fans type of thing. No, that's dumb and cringy. If you like their content, like their content. It's not for me. My problem stems with the fact that you've shown little care to people who are forced to stay inside for their own health. My problem stems with the fact that you are wasting testing kits. And I am honestly thankful for people like Adam McIntyre, I believe is his name pronounced. Please don't be upset if I didn't pronounce that right. Who are actually calling you out on your behavior. And it's honestly sad I want to actually, like, go out and enjoy my life. Again, I'm turning 19 in a month. Most 19-year-olds my age would probably, like, most people my age would probably be, like, going out and enjoying parties. Like, when my sister was my age, she was, like, you know, enjoying herself, you know? My brother was enjoying his life. Everyone was enjoying themselves. And yet, because of selfish people like you who only care about your clout and your money, I'm stuck here. I'm stuck in a little room with gray walls, and I'm not allowed to do much. The only real joy I get are from video games or from attempting to cosplay if I have the energy for it. But that's a big if. Because again, my MS makes me very, like, a big symptom of MS is chronic fatigue. But I digress. I should be able to... Jake Paul, you've said it yourself that you deserve to live your life and you don't want to halt it for anyone, right? Don't you think I deserve that? You know? Compared to someone who's a grown adult. You have the ability to make your own choices. And your choices again and again have always been just, let's cause another controversy to get my money. Let's cause another controversy, just get my name out there. And it's also the fact how you only pulled back your statement on how you believe this entire pandemic is... Sorry, it's hard to maintain eye contact because I have ADHD. It's the fact of you only took back the statement that you believe the entire pandemic was a hoax after you got called out for it. If someone you loved and you cared about was actually experiencing this, I honestly genuinely feel that you wouldn't know what to do. I genuinely feel like it would be a wake-up call for you. Like, I never want to wish anything horrible on people. That's not who I am. But at the same time, I genuinely do hope, like, you have a wake-up call at some point. It doesn't have to be one of your loved ones getting this virus, but maybe this video will be your wake-up call. I want to leave my home. I want to go see my girlfriend, for God's sake. I want to see her and talk with her, you know? I want to lay down with her. I want to do, you know, normal teen things. Because we're still teenagers. Because, you know, 19. I want to do normal stuff like that. But yet I can't. I believe that I deserve to have I think I deserve, like, the chance of, like, being able to live my life. I think it's truly and wholeheartedly unfair that just because of your selfish desire of greed, desire of clout, that I am forced to waste away in this little box I call my room. I believe it is wholeheartedly unfair. I believe it's also extremely unfair that people like Jeffree Star can get these big, like, small business loans when his makeup cosmetics isn't a small business. It's a fucking corporation at this point. Let's be real. It's a fucking corporation. Eat the rich. Let's not forget that. We have to eat the rich. I want things to go back to normalcy. If that's a selfish wish, then I don't care. I wanted to go back where I can see my nephews. I wanted to go back where I can see my sister and she can pick on me. I wanted to go back where I can have my mom, like, you know, just hop in my bed and annoy me. I want that normalcy. I think I deserve that, right? I think I at least deserve a chance to genuinely be able to live my life. I deserve a chance where I don't have to worry about every day about my parents. Maybe them collapsing due to this everything. I want to go out and, like, not worry about the fact, like, you know, what if it happens, you know? I don't want to worry about that fact. But I have to. I have to worry about the fact that every day is a risk. Like, the only time I ever actually leave my house is for a doctor appointment. Other than that, I stay home. Therapy, doctor appointments, those are the only two reasons why I'll actually ever leave my home. Because those are the only necessary things. And sometimes I'll have my therapy appointment online, or like I'll have my doctor appointment online. But things that are actually necessary for me to be in public, say for example an eye doctor because I have eye problems, as you can probably tell from this video, or say where I have to get my infusion, I don't get the liberties of that, and I have to genuinely go out. And I want to actually thank my parents for having the patience, I guess, is what the word I'm looking for. Having the patience to, I guess, let me, what's the word? To let me not worry about the bills, I guess. I genuinely do appreciate that of them. But I also feel like a leech due to this. Because again, I can't work. I don't have any job experience because, again, can't work. Because the virus and also my body. Because if I stand up for too long or if I'm in light for too long, like this, like the ring light, believe it or not, it's actually giving me a little bit of a migraine. Not too bad, though, because I want to get my point across. Like, I feel like a little bit of a leech because of it. But I'm trying to, like, at least get, like, some way to provide for myself. And, like, provide for my family. Another thing, to the people who are adamant deniers of it, take a look at the number of deaths. Take a look at the number of celebrities who have passed away due to this. Are you really that selfish where you don't care? Are you that selfish? I've seen people who say, like, oh, well, it's only, you know, the disabled and, you know, the old. Who cares about them? Their loved ones. And also, believe it or not, they have autonomy. Wow! Is that so hard to believe that I, a disabled person, have autonomy? I have thoughts and I have feelings that I want to get out into the world. I don't want to die of a fucking disease. No, I want to be able to live my life. I want to like leave something behind. Like, I know Peter Pan syndrome, yes, but not Peter Pan syndrome. I don't know what it's called, but I want to make something of my life. I want to write a book. I want to talk about my experiences. And yet, here we are. And the Lord and Savior of this bullshit fucking year. Well, it's only been a few days, but it's still very much bullshit. I want to leave my home. I want to see my family. I want to see my nephews. Like, for my birthday, like I know it's not gonna be able to clear up by then, but a little bit of hope in me is like maybe like by then I'll have the vaccine because I am a big high risk group due to being autoimmune, like immunocompromised. Like maybe by then maybe I can see my nephews, you know? Maybe I can see my sister. I used to take so much for granted before this whole thing hit. I took for granted how often my sister would visit. I took for granted my nephews. I want to see my family again. And before some fucking lunatic says it, I'm not an actor. I have a genuine family. I have loved ones. I have friends. I have a girlfriend who I love so much. And she made me feel happy with myself. And yet I can't appreciate any of it because I'm in my little box. So my point is, please just stay home, please. If not for someone like me, stay home for your parents. Stay home for them.